the Porter's five forces, and that will be the end of our unit one, and then we will move on to unit number two. Before we start, if anyone is having query related to whatever we have discussed in unit one so far, please go ahead, or else we will move on with our today's topic. Sorry. Okay, no problem. So we will move on with our today's topic, Porter's five forces. So Porter's five forces model is a strategic planning model or strategic framework that helps to identify an organization and analyze five competitive forces that affect a company's profitability in any given industry. This particular Porter's five forces model was developed by Harvard professor Michael Porter in 1979. So most of the models which we had discussed so far in unit 1 are developed by Harvard University professor. Now Porter's five forces. So this is a model that identify and analyzes five competitive forces that shape every industry and help to determine an industry's weakness and strength. With this five different forces, the industry comes to know what are the strengths and what are the weaknesses. Now, the five new forces or five forces that we are going to discuss. So, the first one is threat of new entrant. Second one, bargaining power of suppliers. Then threat of substitute products and services. And the fourth one is bargaining power of buyers. And the last one is rivalry among the existing customers. So every industry, this particular model says, faces this competitive, five competitive force. Every industry, existing industry. We will start with the first one. And these five forces are very common. We are aware of these five forces. It is not that we will be today discussing anything which we haven't heard or we are not aware of. So these forces we are aware of. How to utilize these forces that we are going to discuss in the session. So first one is threat of new entrant. Under that it is written threat of new entrant, time and cost entry, specialist knowledge, economies of scale, cost advantage, technology protection, and barriers to entry. Now, threat of new entrant. Every existing company is having a threat looming over its head that anytime a new company may enter in that particular sector, come up with the same product or similar product, and that will add to the competition to the existing company. And that is what threat of new entrant is. So one of the five forces that determine the success of the organization. So how the organization is handling this threat of new entrant. because no one can guarantee that this particular existing company is not going to face any threat over a period of next 5 years or next 10 years or maybe more than that. Company cannot say that we are coming up with a new product. This particular product is not there in the market. So for the next 20 years, we will not have any competition. Gone are those days when the competition was not very tough. Nowadays, competition are very tough. And we have seen the moment a company comes up with a new product, immediately within a period of say months, within a period of um, um, days also, they see that another company is coming up with the same product or similar type of product, and that is called as threat of new entrant. So every time the existing companies are having this threat and they have to deal with this threat. How they deal with this threat is to be discussed or is to be planned under the Porter's five forces model. So time and cost of entry, then the specialist knowledge. Now, for example, when Tesla introduced its electric car, it invested a huge amount of money in research and development. Then initially, when the car was being manufactured, the cost to the company was very high because they were coming up for the first time. But the same scenario is not there when the competitors are coming up, when the new entrants are coming up, because the new entrants are now aware of the technology. They do not have to again invest a huge amount in research and development because the electric car is already there in the market. They are aware of the features of the car. So comparatively, the cost of the entry is less for the new entrants than the existing players. That's the reason why it is said that the strategy, the technique, how to handle the new entrants are to be planned in advance by the existing players. They cannot be off radar that no problem for so many days, for so many months, for so many years, we are not going to face any competition. Till then, we will be earning enough profit. Whatever we have invested, we will earn all that, and not only all that we had invested in R&D and in all the other areas, but we will get more than that. So that guarantee is not available nowadays, which was there earlier. Nowadays, it is not available. Then there is one concept, specialized knowledge. Specialized. When first time a product is introduced in the market, at that time research and development is going on. Trials and errors are going on. But when the product is launched, when the product is tried and tested, then for new entrant, they are having much better knowledge of that particular product. And when they are introducing the similar product in the market, they are having specialized knowledge as compared to the existing player when the existing company started that particular product. Right now, yes, existing company is having a specialized knowledge related to the product which they are manufacturing. But when they had launched that product at that particular time, they were not having, because for the first time they were introducing, and after various trials, after various tests, they got that specialized knowledge. But when the new entrant is coming up, they are coming with a specialized knowledge because they have used the product of that particular company. They have tried it, they have tested it in their laboratory, and they are coming with a specialized knowledge. Next very important concept is called as economies of scale. Meaning is very simple, and this is a concept which is said to be one of the major factors for the rise and growth of China in a period of say 20, 30 years. 30 years back, during early 90s or late 80s, more or less, India and China were at par. Their economy and our economy was at par. The industrial growth in China and industrial growth in India were at par. In some sectors, we were considered as ahead of China. Later on, their government changed their policies. They implemented their policies very well. And one of the base of their policies was economies of scale. Economies of scale means that when you start manufacturing in bulk, when you start manufacturing in, say, huge quantity, automatically the cost of production comes down. When you are producing one motorcycle, cost of production can be more as compared to 100 motorcycles being manufactured. That is economy of scale, and that they have understood very well. And we have seen the moment America introduced tariff on China, their reaction was instant. They immediately, they also imposed tariffs on America. And later on, America gave them 90 days time. That timeline is already over. But still, they are not imposing tariffs on them. And the reason is what? Reason is economies of scale. Whatever luxury bags, whatever luxury goods, or the other goods, we will say, most of the goods, most of the products, which are, even if they are manufactured in US, raw materials of it, spare parts of it, they go from China and they produce it in bulk and they sell it at such a cheap rate that nobody in the world can compete with them. And that is the reason for their success, and that is economies of scale. They produce in bulk and they keep the margin less. You might have seen the videos on Insta, on YouTube, and other, on Facebook and other platforms related to the cost of the luxury bags, Gucci bags, or other bags, the luxury brands which are being there, which are there in US or in other European countries. So US, the bag is selling at say 50 lakh rupees, around 50 lakh rupees, and the manufacturing cost is around 1 lakh only, or less than 1 lakh rupees. So just check the profit which the company is getting. So China is manufacturing that bag for 1 lakh rupees. That bag is forwarded to the US luxury brand. They put their logo on the bag. They repackage that bag nicely and sell it at around 40 to 50 lakh rupees. Now, these particular luxury brands, they will have to close their stores if Chinese stop supplying them these cheaper bags or other cheaper products. So China has is been able to say grow very fast because of this. Nowadays, soap papers are being used. Earlier, most of us used to use soaps for washing our hands. Now, the soap papers are coming up. Small, small soap papers, which we can easily put it in our purse or in our pockets. And whenever we want, we can use, say, one or two, we can put one or two soap paper on our hands and we can wash our hands very, say, easy. Because we cannot carry soap everywhere in our pocket, but we can carry that one, two, three, four, five, six pieces of small, small soap paper. And what is the cost of that paper? If the soap is costing us, say, 50 rupees or maybe 60 rupees or maybe 30 rupees, that soap paper costs, a packet of soap paper costs us, say, 20 to 30 rupees. And hundreds of soap papers are there, small, small soap papers are there in that packet. Where it is being manufactured? So it is being manufactured in China, not in India. So that is economies of scale. So we are still to learn this particular economies of scale or benefits of economies of scale, because our mentality is different. Our mentality is what? We will manufacture less, but we will put more profit so that our profit is okay. So what China says is that if we are manufacturing 100 motorcycles and if we are charging, say, 1,000 rupees profit per motorcycle, then our profit automatically will be more. Indian concept is what? That we will be manufacturing 10 motorcycles and we will keep 10,000 profit for every motorcycle. That is the difference. And that's the reason why we are lagging behind and they are moving, they have moved far ahead. Now, it is not possible for India to match the progress which the China has done so easily. I'm not saying that it is not possible at all, but right now they are very much ahead of us. We have to change our policy. We have to implement new concepts of technologies in our industry. So complete revamp is required to catch China. So that is what economies of scale is. So if, that's the one of the reason why China is way ahead than India. Then cost advantages. So new entrants, we have seen that they are coming prepared. Existing players were not that much prepared when they introduced the new product. They were not sure whether the product will be hit or not. So, but these new entrants, they are coming prepared. So, cost advantages. They are having cost advantage. They need not invest so heavily in the research and development. They need not advertise so heavily in advertising their product, because public is already aware of that product. They are using that particular product, and now new company is coming up with a new product, but which is already tried and tested. So it is cost effective also. Technology protection, again, the technology is being protected. They are aware of the technology. Who? The new entrant. Barriers to the entry. Now, barriers to the entry. There can be barriers put by the government, that now we are seeing that why the fight is there between US and India, because they want to enter India, particularly in the agricultural sector. Their agriculture produce, the US agriculture produce, they want to sell in India. And India doesn't want that to happen. Why? because that will be a huge blow to the farmers of India. Why? Because again, in India, our farms are say 1 acre farm, 2 acre farm, or maybe 5 acre, or maybe 10 acre, or maybe more than that. But in US, the size of the farms are hundreds and thousands of acres. Then we are using, say, automated machines. They are using automated machines. We are using, say, traditional techniques for agriculture. They are using modern techniques. Our yield per acre is less compared to their yield per acre. So they will be selling their agriculture product in India at a lesser price. So if Indian government allows them, that will be a huge blow to the Indian farmers. That's the reason why there is a fight going on. Similarly, many times what happens, the government starts protecting their industry. So that is what the barriers to entry is. And under that technology protection, nowadays everyone is aware of the meaning of copyright, the meaning of patent. Why every company, whenever they come up with a new product, immediately before launching the product, they go for filing patent for that particular product. They go for filing copyright of that particular. They go for filing a trademark of that particular product. The reason is why, because they want to protect the technology so that easily it is not available to the new entrants, and they can give less competition to them. But we have seen that even if the all these things are available, still companies are coming up. And most importantly, the best example is the Chinese companies. We had discussed earlier that Rolls Royce or BMW or Audi, all the luxury brand cars are being manufactured. Their similar models are being manufactured in China at a very cheaper rate, less than half the rate of Rolls Royce is a Rolls Royce which is being manufactured by the Chinese company. Tesla is having their biggest competitor. The biggest competitor of Tesla is a Chinese brand, BYD. The cost of BYD is less than half the cost of Tesla. And that is the threat which new entrants pose to the existing players. So the most uh, significant threat Tesla is having related to control over its market share is BYD. BYD is what? BYD is a Chinese company. Next one is bargaining powers of the suppliers. Their supplier power, number of suppliers, uniqueness of service, size of suppliers, ability to substitute, and cost of changing. Now, bargaining power of supplier, under that supplier power, number of suppliers available in the market. If the number of suppliers are less, then it will be easy for the existing players to control the supply. If the supplier number is more, then it becomes very difficult. Uniqueness of service. If the suppliers are providing some unique services, then it is difficult to find the replacement of that supplier. Ability to substitute and size of suppliers. Sometimes suppliers, they are very huge players. There are suppliers which many a time there are examples where we can see that suppliers are bigger than the company. They are not supplying spare parts or raw materials to one company, but they are providing spare parts to number of companies. If such thing happens, again, there is a threat to the existing company. Next is the threat of substitute products or services that Just we had discussed the threat of substitute products. China is posing threat to each and every company, each and every country, whether it is uh, vehicle or any other. You come up with any product, immediately you will see that they will, when they will see that yes, your product is doing well and it is having good potential, immediately they will come up with the substitute product. So if substitutes are more, because of this substitution, every company is facing challenge. Earlier, Apple was having the biggest competitor for Apple was what? Samsung. Samsung was considered as the biggest competitor for Apple. But now the scenario has changed. Now the Chinese companies are considered as the biggest competitor for Apple because they are coming up with new technology, new features, and those features or those technologies they are offering at a cheaper. That's the reason why Chinese goods are being they are finding a huge market, particularly in Asian countries, because Asian countries, people of Asian countries, they are price centric, or we are attracted more towards price as compared to the European or American company. Then bargaining power of the customers. Again, the another forces is the bargaining power of the buyers. Buyers should have that bargaining power, then only they can purchase that particular product. Just now we had discussed, if I do not have that much of power to purchase a luxury car, the second option available to me is what? That I can purchase a Chinese made luxury car if my budget is half. So that is what bargaining power of the buyer is. Number of customers, size of each order, then differences between the competitors, price sensitivity, ability to substitute, and cost of changes. All these things are to be kept in mind by the company when they are analyzing the five forces Porter model. All these things are to be analyzed properly. Then next one is the rivalry among the existing competitors. The rivalry among the existing competitors. Existing competitors, that if mobile company is there, then existing rivalry between what? Existing rivalry between Samsung, existing rivalry between Apple. If soft drink manufacturers are there, yesterday also we had discussed that two major competitors are there worldwide. It is not limited to US alone. It is not, they are not limited to India alone. They are spread all over the world. PepsiCo is there and Coca-Cola is there. So Pepsi and Coca-Cola, they are considered as the uh, competitors. And we have seen that what happens if there is a rivalry among the competitors. The moment a new product is launched by one company, another company comes in. Coca-Cola launched Coca-Cola, it launched Pepsi. Coca-Cola launched, say, another company, similar brand or similar taste they have launched. That 7 Up, one company launched 7 Up, the another company launched a Mountain Dew. One company launched, say, any soft drink related to mango flavor. Another company also launched soft drink related to mango flavor. One company made changes in the bottle. The another company also came up with changes in the bottle, design of the bottle. One company goes to Tetra Pak, the other company also goes to Tetra Pak. So that is the rivalry among the two brands. So existing, sorry, not two brands, but the existing brands. So examples are many. If we talk about footwear brand, there is a rivalry among, say, Nike and Adidas. Again, both are foreign brands. But when we talk about, say, if we want, say, nice footwear, nice shoes we want, comfortable shoes we want, nice quality shoes we want, then we go for these brands. So two major brands. It is not that other brands are not existing. Other brands, of course, are there, but two major brands are there in the market. One is Adidas, the other one is Nike. So when Nike introduces a shoe which is more comfortable, with the sole of the shoe is, say, more comfortable, more spongy. There are, say, air vents are, they have come up with air vents where air will pass or fresh air will pass and your feet will feel relaxed. Immediately the other brand also comes up with similar type of design. So that is one of the reason why every company has to keep itself alert. Otherwise, what will happen if Nike is not keeping itself alert? What will happen? The Adidas will uh, go ahead, or vice versa. If PepsiCo does not introduces new products which are very similar to the product of Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola will take the advantage. So existing players are also having rivalries among themselves. So it is not only that they are having threat from the, say, new entrants, or they are having, they from suppliers, or from threat of substitute product or bargaining power of the buyers, but they have that always they are having a threat related to their existing rivalry among the competitors also. So this five forces we have already discussed. So threat of new entrants, threat of substitute, bargaining power of the customers, bargaining power of suppliers, and competitive rivalry. So that is the end of our first unit. So we will, I will just, if you have not understood anything, please go ahead, or we will move on to our next unit. Yes, if anyone, I hope my voice is clear to all. Is
Yes,
my
sir.
voice is clear to all? Okay, thank you. Now, can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Huh. Can you see Viro framework, VRIO framework?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So now we will move on to the another topic, and that is the start of our unit number two. We will start with the Viro framework. Viro stands for VRIO. On the slide itself, you can see that V indicates value, R indicates rarity, I indicates immutability, and O indicates organization. So value: does the resource or capability allow the firm to meet market demands effectively? Rarity: is the resource or capability unique or scarce? as compared to competitors. Immutability, is it difficult for competitors to replicate the resource or capability? And under organization, it is written, can the firm effectively organize to capture the value of the resources or capability? So that is VIRO framework, VIRO framework. So value, rarity, inimitability, and organization. So value, just we have discussed that what is the meaning of value. It is written there that the product which the company is manufacturing shall carry a value with it. Then only we can say that the company can be there for a longer period of time. Then there has to be rarity. Rarity means that the services which you are offering or the product which you are manufacturing shall have some unique characters, unique features. Then only you can be successful in the organization in the long run. Inimitability. It should not be easily imitable. Imitable means copy, copying. So nowadays, copying has become very easy. We can very easily copy. And the new technologies which are coming up, they are making us more dependent on the technology. Earlier, what we used to do is, or earlier generation people used to do, that at that particular moment, no Google was there. When we were told to take out notes, only option available with us was that we need to visit the college library, issue the book, and take out the notes from the book. That was the only option available. And the other option that we need to purchase the book. But nowadays, things have changed. No need to purchase any book. There are online software, online platforms available. You can just put a question that you want examples related to Indian scenario, examples related to American scenario, examples related to, say, uh, Chinese scenario. Detailed answer will come up, and that too within seconds or fraction of seconds. You just put enter button and you will see answer on the screen. So things are very easy now. But the disadvantage is that now we are using our brain less than what we used to earlier. And if the things keep on going in this particular speed, then a day will come where if a student is asked at a junior level that what is 2 plus 2, they will be having iPad with them. They will Google it. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. And then they will ask. They are there. In future, it is going to happen if we stop using our brain. So inimitability means which cannot be copied easily. Organization is that everything is to be organized properly, which can increase the value. Now, Vero analysis, which talks about value, rarity, inimitability, and organization. We will take up an example which is very much relevant. That example is related to Netflix. Everyone is aware of Netflix. Nowadays, one of the most liked or most watched entertainment platform of youngsters, of youngsters, Netflix. Now, Vero framework we are talking about, Vero analysis we are talking about, that the company should conduct the Vero analysis, wherein they should check if their products or services are valuable, if they are rare, if they are difficult to copy, or they are inimitable, and if they are properly organized. Now, recently, the CEO of Netflix, in an interview, when a question was asked to him that who is your biggest competitor, it is not that Netflix is the only player in the entertainment. There are other players also who are competitors of Netflix. So question was asked. It was believed that he will answer that the other major players, this player, this player, this player, they are the major players, which are our competitors. The answer given by the CEO of Netflix was that sleep is our biggest competitor. Look at the reply of that particular CEO. That who is your competitor? No existing player is our competitor in the entertainment industry. Sleep is our biggest competitor, and we are working on that. That was his reply. Imagine what type of research that type person might have done. So that is possible because he had done zero analysis of the company. He is aware that his particular Netflix is a valuable company. They are delivering value services. The shows which are being screened or which are being telecast on Netflix, they are nice, they are catchy, they keep the customers intact, and customers will not shift. Then they are rare. The other platforms are not offering that type of web series or that type of entertainment shows. They are not easily inimitable, and they are properly organized. That's the reason instead of naming some other competitor, he named that sleep of people is our biggest competitor. We want to make sure that people sleep less. And we are trying to come up with such shows which will ensure that people start compromising on their sleep. Because if they start compromising on their sleep, it will be profit for Netflix. So what he's saying that for 6 hours, for 7 hours, maybe for 8 hours, when people sleep, he feels that is loss for the company. The less people will sleep, the more they will watch the Netflix, and the more Netflix will earn a profit. That is how the company is now projecting itself through Vero. So if Vero analysis of uh, Netflix is to be done, then we can say they have checked that they are showing, say, a valuable entertainment, rare, which is not easily available on the other platform. It is inimitable, and the are it is organizer also. That's the reason why this Netflix has become one of the most popular brand in the world. The global on global level, if we talk about the competency of this particular firm, Netflix, we will find that they are ahead of their competitors. It is not that in future no one can uh, outsmart them. Yes, in future the other companies, the other competitors may come up with say new products, new services, new say competitors. So that is the company has to check. So that is what the Netflix we have just discussed, that how with the help of Vero analysis they have come up with a valuable um, uh, product in the entertainment industry. Their services are considered as unique services. Rare doesn't mean only rare, it also includes unique. Rare means where which a product which you will not find very easily, very difficult to find. So rare and both unique. Unique also, that this is the unique feature of this particular product which is not easily available in other products. So that is what the Netflix has developed, that their services are rare or they are unique, which the other competitors are not offering. They have come up with packages that Netflix was the first company which came up with the say discount or yearly package, that if you purchase our yearly package, we will give you this free, this free, this free. If you purchase our yearly package, 1 month free services will be given to you. So all these things they came up for. They control the market and still they are ruling the market. Inimitability that we have already discussed, organization also we have discussed. So that is the one of the examples why Netflix, because every one of us is aware of Netflix. There are other examples also. You can take the example of Tesla, you can take the example of Toyota, you can take the example of Rolls Royce. It is very difficult to say imitate the features of Rolls Royce. Why? Because most of the manufacturing process of manufacturing a Rolls Royce is manual. It is not mechanical. Most of the process, it is manual. Mechanical, it is easy to copy mechanical. but manual it is difficult. There are people who are putting, say, the lines which you see on various luxury cars. Those lines are not, uh, uh, say, drawn by uh, robots or computers. They are still drawn by uh, uh, bare hands of a human, an expert. Straight line. The seat, the interior is designed by uh, designed manually, not through machine. I'm talking about this Rolls Royce. So when the process is manual, it is difficult to imitate. It is difficult to copy. Machines, yes, it is very easy to copy machines, but it is difficult to copy. That's the reason why the Rolls Royce is uh, very hit. Even after Chinese coming up with the say cheaper model of Rolls Royce, still people those want to purchase luxury cars, they are not turning up to Chinese companies. They are turning to the Rolls Royce only. BMW copy version is available in China, but the German version, people who believe in quality, people who believe in luxury, they are, if they are having money, they approach the German company only, not the Chinese subsidiary. So that is the importance of zero analysis. So make your product valuable. If your product is valuable, and if you are uh, providing some unique services, or your product is rare, and if it is difficult to be copied, and everything is organized in a nice manner in your organization, then it is difficult for your competitors to compete with. Why we have not seen intense competition for Rolls Royce? Because Rolls Royce is considered as a car with ultimate luxury. Why we have not seen much competition with Bugatti, Bugatti Veyron particular BRT? Because it is at next level. The person who is who wants to purchase Bugatti Veyron, that person knows that he is purchasing that car because of its sheer speed. That car is considered as fastest car, and that car may cost 100 crore or more than that. Rolls Royce, I I'm not sure, but it comes in crores, more than some many a times it is more than 5 crore, not less than that. So this way, these companies have made them in such a way with the help. It is not that Vero is the only analysis behind the success of these companies. Many of the companies were there in existence before the start of this Vero analysis. But here we have to learn that with the help of these analysis, the companies can say be in a better position. So that is what the Vero framework is. Now, how that Vero analysis for strategic planning is carried out. So that uh, photo is there. that method, that process is there. That process we are going to discuss, and then we will stop. So most of the things we have already discussed. So very quickly, within 5 minutes, we will wind up. So define your resource and capability. Zero analysis we are talking about. So zero, we are all are aware. So far we have discussed what zero is. So define your resource and capability. Under that, they have written financial, human, material, non-material. So when we are talking about resources here, we are not only restricted, we are not restricting ourselves to human resource or financial resource or material, but it includes all. Then enlist them in category. Categorize your resources. Take each resource through Vero framework. Remember, what we have to do here is when we are doing the analysis, take each resource through Vero framework. Each resource here we are talking about. So we have to take first financial resource and do the analysis that whether it is valuable, rare, inimitable, organized, then human resource, then material, then non-material. So that is what we need to conduct here under competitive parity. Temporary competitive advantage. What are the temporary advantages for the company, and how these temporary can be extended to some more period, if not permanent, because making it permanent is very difficult. Change is the only constant factor that we are aware. So we cannot say that one company, the Rolls Royce, will be there as the ultimate luxury brand car company for years together. We may see that another luxury car company coming up, which is offering better services, better features, better quality, better mileage, better after sales, better than the existing Rolls Royce. This may be there in future. So how we can increase that temporary to more period, inimitable, unused competitive advantage? We need to check what is our advantage. Have we used the entire cash on our entire advantage? What is our USP? How we can cash on our USP? That is to be discussed in inimitable. Organized, we have already discussed. Then analyze each resources. Again, analysis is to be done. Look for ways to elevate resources from lower category to higher category. That is again very important. Here are talking about how we can optimize our resource. Optimization also we had discussed in the initial sessions of strategic management. Optimization is how we can utilize the existing resource in a most productive manner. That is what optimization is. And then develop a strategic plan which shall analyze resources with strategic plan to optimize their impact and transform them into sustainable advantage. Sustainable means which remains there for a period of time, which can be sustained over a period of time. So that was related to the Vero analysis for strategic planning. If you have not understood anything, please go ahead, or we will wind up the session. Okay. So I hope that everyone has understood everything. Before we wind up the session, there is an announcement. So today, your next session, that is a session which was scheduled for 8 a.m., that session will not be conducted. In the morning session, the third session is cancelled. So directly you need to log in 6 in the evening for the next session for today's schedule, right? So today 8 a.m. lecture stands cancelled, and directly you can log in for your 6 p.m. session. Thank you everyone for being present in today's session. Thank you.